There's your tornado that's beginning to touch down, and we've had that confirmed tornado that has developed. So, boy, a very active day. Thankfully, Northwest Arkansas is starting to escape the worst of the damage, except for the Mountainburg area getting impacted quite a bit. So that's an area that we have to continue to watch. But a radar-confirmed tornado, latest information has this continuing until it looks like 6:30. So Sebastian County has been removed from the tornado warning, but damaging tornado, it was confirmed, and it was observed by a firefighter in the Charleston area. That's where the confirmed comes from. If we look at the actual radar signature, we'll see if there's any debris associated with it. Yeah, kind of seeing a little bit of a noisy signal. So Nate, Jennifer at the news desk. We've got a lot of damage reports. We're going to get our radar loaded up here so you can see exactly what's happening. But let's get to it with all the damage that's happened in the Mountainburg area.
All right, thank you very much, Dan. Appreciate that. Of course, homes left in shambles. Severe weather's caused damage across our region. We have more storms on the way, as you just heard from Dan a moment ago. Thank you very much for joining us. If we switch coverage from our sister station, Fox 24 News, now over to KNWA News at this point.
That's right. And, of course, we're tracking all the damage that has happened in Mountainburg because of this radar-confirmed tornado. We have a crew on scene. Alex Capriello is Eric Fussell right now. We have an image from Eric Fussell, who is live in Mountainburg. You can see some trees have toppled over. We saw the other side of this earlier, where you can see just how far the tree was uprooted. And those are big, heavy roots.
We're actually zooming in right here to show you there's a very large,
see a better image.
Yeah, very large root structure to this tree, which gives you an idea of the force of the winds that you're dealing with of that tornado coming through. But just look at the tree. Damaged, broken branches. Look how it's swayed to that one direction right there, and then also stripped of any foliage for the most part at this point. And again, it's up against that home right there. So again, the root structure, again, showing you just how large that is in relation to the home there. And as we just look around, as again, Eric Fussell's our photojournalist looking around the area, showing us the scene. This is all live video coming to you right at this time. And you see more damage right there as Eric's zooming in for us. Again, we're getting a lot more information, reports going on at this time. We'll continue to monitor conditions as we have multiple team members from KNWA and Fox 24 News that are there at this time. We have a couple reporters as well as our photojournalist on the scene at this time.
Yeah, we do have video that viewers have sent in too of the storm rolling in. You can see the video right here.
Yeah, and many of you experiencing the storm during that hour. And take a look at this video. It's sent in by Devin Tillman, who drove by some of the damage right here. Crawford County Department of Emergency Management says multiple homes damaged from the radar-confirmed tornado. The department also says several people trapped in their homes from the damage at this time. Everyone is being asked to stay out of the area as crews work to rescue them. But I want you to keep looking. Watch right here, right in front of the vehicle. You see that line, the swath there. That's the tornado path as it came through at that time. Again, it's a radar-confirmed tornado, as Dan has been sharing. And we're just watching again as this video shows you a look at the damage. All those trees just twisted around and many, many branches broken off. Yeah, we have another alert coming through here now. Dan, I don't know if you want to talk about what just came through.
Yeah, I do want to mention that we still have that radar-confirmed tornado, the observed tornado as well, but it has weakened somewhat. So I appreciate all that information. We still have a tornado warning that we're tracking. This goes until 6:30. You can see the storm north of Peter Pender. Now, the latest was what you heard, the weather radio go off, was a new severe thunderstorm warning. You can see it flashing on the screen. This is for areas with this thunderstorm as it tracks to the northeast, kind of a rather narrow and skinny severe thunderstorm warning. However, the hail size on these storms is pretty large. As we look at this storm, here you can see we're talking almost up to 2.5 inches possible. It's a little bit of a bigger hailstone size right there, northeast of Lavaca and just to the west of Peter Pender, lifting to the northeast. Again, this is going to also be impacting the I-40 area. This is with that tornado warning that continues until 6:30. We bring back up the radar here. We'll look at the latest warning, 6:30, severe thunderstorm warning, the newest one that was issued until 6:30. This is for Franklin and Sebastian County for, again, that hail size, as we mentioned. There's the tornado warning. This storm beginning to weaken somewhat in its circulation, and it was a little bit stronger earlier. However, we're seeing a lot more rain moving towards the radar, what we call inflow, but not really seeing what we call the rear flank downdraft, which is winds that are going away from the radar. So you have to have both of those in order to have a tornadic circulation. We're seeing a lot of inflow. We're just not seeing that wrapping around of the tornado right now. But it was confirmed earlier, and that was observed from the Charleston area from a firefighter. So that was the tornado warning. That's the only warning in the area. Now, the northwest Arkansas area, we'll bring up that radar again back up, and we'll show you that these storms have definitely weakened over our area. We still have some rain that's popping up, but the river valley getting the bigger impact of the storms. Tornado warning east of Branson. Remember, Melissa was talking about that about an hour ago. Guess what? That same storm, Melissa, it's tracked all the way up there. It's still tornado warned. So if maybe you're headed up to Branson for the weekend, there's a tornado warning, and that's crossing Highway 65 and moving east. And it's going to be east of Branson here. In fact, it already is moving out of Branson. So that's not really an impact for us. That's more Springfield's weather market. So there's a severe thunderstorm warning that is for LaFleur County. This storm's going to be moving east again into the river valley. Goes until 6:15. But definitely a high impact. Now, could we bring up that video from Joshua? We've had it on our newscast at 5:30. I don't know if we still have that. That video literally has the tornado. Nate and Jennifer, look at this. Here's the funnel cloud that you can see off in the distance. Now he's going to take the camera, he's going to put it out of his car. There's the debris that's spinning. You can see the rotation. Look at all the clouds and the debris is lifting up. There's the actual tornado that is touching down in the Mountainburg area at the initial stages of that. It's about the only video I've seen of the actual tornado. We were going to see it on our Cartwright WeatherBug Network camera because we had just a straight-on view, and then the power went out when it knocked out some power lines. But there it is. There's the tornado. And it doesn't look like your typical funnel cloud that's touching down, but this is debris, so you can see that it is touching down, the circulation. Probably the funnel cloud's a little bit higher up. So impressive video from Joshua. Thank you so much for sending that. That is definitely a telltale sign of that tornado. So, Nate, Jennifer, lots of tornado warnings earlier today. We have only one in the area. It goes until 6:30. The rotation has weakened somewhat. We still have severe thunderstorm warnings, but we're going to send it on back to you with more information.
All right, Dan, thank you so much to you and Melissa, who have been monitoring this big system all day, all week, really. We have more video that has been sent in to us. We have raw footage that shows you the reaction of a woman in the Mountainburg area as she's looking at the damage to a house. The home is located right off the Mountainburg exit off of I-49, if we can get that video.
Well, we appear to be having... Okay, here we go. Just go ahead and take a listen.
I stopped to get out and hid underneath the overpass.
Actually, I'm sorry. This is not the video we were talking about. But again, we have some video from, I'll just explain it to you, and then we'll see if we can get that pulled up here in time. Again, this is video actually from the same person, though. Devin Tillman is actually, he's from Fayetteville, but he was there, and we showed this to you a few moments ago. You can see the path of the tornado that came through. But basically, he was just coming off of the I-49 exit to Mountainburg there, and he encountered this home where extensive damage had happened, and he encountered a woman who was quite distraught, shaken from the experience of everything, and she knows someone that lives at that house. And so we're looking forward to bringing that that video here in a moment. All right, I'm going to get there. And again, this is video from Mountainburg. This is new video right now, actually. You can see this is coming to us from NBC, actually. Someone sent it to them. And this is just moments before the tornado strikes, but then it comes through. And this car, you watched this earlier too, Jennifer.
Yeah, it's alarming to watch. You can see that cloud just moving right over the cars. Here in a little bit, you'll see the cars rock back and forth. And just a terrifying situation for all those involved. And the magnitude, we were talking of the winds. You can see the bark stripped off of the trees, and here you can see the wind picking up, yes, and the debris moving, and you will see the cars start rocking back and forth. You can see the rain hitting the windshield. There's more debris. There's where the rocking starts.
And look at the trees to the side. It's a good thing to pay attention to is how much they're swaying and bending from the force of those winds. Clearly, you see all these cars pulled off to the side of the road at this point. We did have to bleep the language a couple times because, as you can imagine, sitting through as a tornado rolls right over the top of you is an experience you're not soon going to forget.
No, it's definitely alarming, and it's incredible video there. He continues to roll until that passes over the cars.
The whole thing, it starts shooting video. It takes a about 2 minutes to get through the whole thing. So as he sees it coming through, early on he identified there was a tornado coming their way, and he can see, actually listening to it, we heard the entire video. That's a small portion of what happened, but everyone's pulled over just minutes before that tornado came through because they were watching it come their way, and sure enough, it came right there over them.
Yeah, and to see that video again, you can head over to our website. It is on our website, nwahomepage.com.
And we also have, as we've told you before, we have photojournalists out in the field. We also have reporters, different crews that are working the scenes, gathering more information for us. As we've heard, there's multiple issues that are being dealt with in the Mountainburg area. Haley Huey is one of our reporters out there that she's getting ready to go live with us here in just a moment to give us kind of an understanding of what she's experiencing as boots are on the ground and dealing with the issues right now. And again, the Department of Emergency Management in Crawford County, very, very busy at this time. They've set up a shelter that is there in the Mountainburg at the primary school.
Correct, yes. And so it is an active search and rescue situation right now. They have set up a shelter at the Mountainburg Primary School, and we're going to head to Haley Huey, who has more information on everything that's happening in Mountainburg so far. Haley, what are you seeing right now?
You guys, we are here in Mountainburg, just off the Mountainburg exit off of 49, and there is a lot of tornado and storm damage. It's impossible to miss it. Right now, there is a house behind me. I'll go and step out of the way so you guys can see all the damage that we're seeing out here in Mountainburg. The roof on this house is actually torn off, and of course, in front of it, you can see there's so much tree damage. There's a fence on the ground. We believe just right up the road, there was where the roof ended up landing, and I can go ahead and show you guys what we're seeing out here besides just the house. There's trees down, there's branches everywhere, there's stop signs broken. There's a lot of crews out here trying to assess and work this damage. We saw just off of exiting 49, there's, a bunch of cars being towed where trees fell on their cars. And so, of course, you guys don't go out and look at this damage. There's a lot. Everyone needs to continue to stay safe. And of course, as we're seeing, it's impossible to miss how much tornado damage that we're seeing out here. And even back this way, we see more trees, you guys. So it's definitely making an impact, this tornado in Mountainburg.
All right, thank you very much. Now, take a look right here. I'm going to be quiet. Just listen to the video right here.
I just feel upset. So does he live in here? Well, I got to look through this better, y'all.
Okay, now let me explain what happened here. We didn't hear the first part of that, but this is the house that you saw off the distance when Haley was first giving us a look at what's going on right there. This is the house that was off the distance. That blue Ford truck right there is the way I identified that. But what happened is Devin Tillman here sent this video into us, but the man shooting video has actually been rolling up at this point. He just got off at the Mountainburg exit right there off of I-49, saw this home, saw the woman who was distraught, and wanted to check on her and make sure that she was okay. She knows the person inside that home. She's clearly upset at this time because we're not seeing the person who lives in this home. But if you look right there, you see that is a child's toy right there, deeply concerning. And you look inside right there, and he shows you a look of the destruction inside, and that home is devastated at this point. But again, we wanted to show you that as a reaction as well, and we want to make sure that Haley gets out there to check on the folks there to see what's happening at the time. That was sent to us about an hour ago, and wanted to show that to you.
That's right, and a command center has been set up in downtown Mountainburg if anyone needs help. Again, a shelter has been set up at Mountainburg Primary School. We now want to head to Alex Capriello, who is live in Mountainburg as well, with more details of what's happened. Alex.
Hey, Jen. Hey, Nate. I just arrived here on 71 in Mountainburg, and it is a very active scene. We're going to walk down. I have KNWA's photographer Eric Fussell with me just to kind of show you the extent of the damage. You can see there are power lines that are completely down from toppled trees. There's law enforcement everywhere, sheriff, Mountainburg police, and just right over here, Eric, let's pan over here. You can see massive trees, huge roots that have completely fallen over. This one also on top of a power line. And Jen, I'm glad you mentioned that about the safe spot for Mountainburg residents, because I have come across a few that have been, standing out on the roads with their houses completely toppled by trees. and they're wondering what to do next. I saw one lady who happened to be pregnant. She was just in disbelief. I saw another family that was just looking at their house, just shocked, absolutely shocked. And so there is that safe space that Jen was talking to you about. And for all these people down here in the River Valley, it is still a very active scene. So make sure you're staying out of Mountainburg, at least for the time being, until law enforcement is able to clear stuff up. And we're, of course, going to keep you up to date with more live updates as me and Eric keep traveling down this road and see what we can see. Live in Mountainburg, Alex Capriello, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.
All right, thank you very much. And still, obviously, a very active scene at this time. A lot happening. We'll continue to keep you updated on things. KNWA photojournalist Eric Fussell, whom was just mentioned a moment ago by Alex, sent us a video we're going to show you now just moments after the tornado passed through the area. Take a look.
Yeah, you can see this tree that was just uprooted and blown into a house beside it. You can see just the power of the winds there that completely just uprooted that tree, which is massive. Limbs and debris were blown onto construction equipment that you see there in the area. The man who lives in that house, Jerry Elkin, says he moved to safety right before the storm hit.
So I got in the bathroom, and my daughter called me and said, "Get in the bathroom." And I said, "Well, I'm already there." And I shut the door, and then I just started hearing all kinds of stuff going on outside the door.
We're glad he's okay, and we're just sending our thoughts to everyone that's been impacted. Elkins went on to show us where his car was blown away and just how much damage that tree caused to his house. And we do want to let you know again that Mountainburg Primary School is being used as a temporary shelter. That's the map showing exactly where that shelter is at. For those who have been displaced by the tornado, don't have electricity, or just need help, that's where you want to go. Again, if you do not live in the Mountainburg area, stay away from that because it is an active situation.
Well, I think at this point we should go and check in with Dan at this time. Dan, if you could let us know what you're seeing at this time on the radar.
Yeah, we do have tornado warnings. Again, more. This is southeastern Leflore County, just issued. Tornado warning goes until 6:30. It's a rather tiny warning because it is in the extreme southeastern portion of Leflore County as it moves to the east, northeast, moving into western sections of Polk County. Now, here's Mena. Here's Hatfield. It's northwest of Mena. It's moving to the northeast, so it won't be affecting Mena, but it will be impacting Scott County as it moves a little bit farther to the northeast. So severe thunderstorm warning, as you can see, goes for McCurtain County. That's a tornado warning that's moving out. Tornado warning goes until 6:45 for Leflore County, and we've got severe thunderstorm warnings also for the Scott County area. This goes until 7 o'clock. Polk and Scott County, severe thunderstorm warning. Now, we'll see if this tornado warning continues to be expanded farther northeast. Here's the area of the circulation. There's the rotation that has developed, and there's a little bit of a hook echo right there, just to the west of Potter. This is right on the state line and the county line as it moves from Oklahoma into extreme western Arkansas. Now, when we look at the velocity signature, we'll look at this on different radar here. This is looking from the Fort Smith radar. Red color is moving away from the radar. Green color is moving towards. So if we look at our circulation, there it is in association with that. You can see those bright reds and bright greens right next to each other. That's where your circulation is. If we move this to the northeast and do a track on this, I'm going to zoom out on this storm as it moves to the northeast at about 40-45 miles an hour. This storm will be impacting several areas in Scott County as well as northwestern Polk County. Now, Polk County a little bit out of our viewing area, but Scott County on the extreme southern edge of our viewing area. Here's some of the areas impacted by this strong circulation as it moves to the east. Rich Mountain Church at 631, Tin Top 641, and 648 Shiloh School. Now, this is not the only warning in the area. We do have other severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings. The warning, though, is going to expire here shortly. This is located, again, in the area of Franklin County, moving to the northeast. At 6:30, tornado warning goes until 6:30 for Franklin County, Johnson, Logan, also Newton and Pope County. And when we look off of northwest Arkansas, the storms have weakened, thankfully. There is a stronger storm that's beginning to move into western Leflore County. So that's a recap of all the warnings. We've got some new information here from a homeowner that was actually in the path of the tornado. We'll send it back to Nate Jennifer to pitch along for that, I think, a live report from one of our reporters.
All right, well, thank you very much, Dan. And again, Haley Huey is actually out on the scene for us. We just talked to her a moment ago, and we showed you that video of a woman that was encountered outside of that damaged home. If we go to her right now and check in with Haley, what have you learned at this point, Haley?
Yes, you guys, I'm here with the owner, Jay Dollard, and he's lived in the house that we've been talking about all afternoon for his whole life. Fortunately, you were not inside of the home at the time, correct?
Right. I wasn't here at the time when it happened.
And how much damage? Have you been able to assess the damage of the home?
It's pretty well told. There's no roof, no ceilings left. It's just basically the walls is all there is left to it. So.
What is that feeling like coming home and seeing that?
Well, it's a really empty, hard feeling because we've had a lot of bad luck here lately. So anyway, and this just adds a little bit more to it. So.
And you were telling me a little bit earlier, of course, you're affected by this, but the fact of how much damage there is in Mountainburg, how, as a city, is this A, going to make you guys stronger, but B, how is this going to affect you guys as a town that's such a strong tornado hitting you guys?
We're all pretty close community, so it should make it a whole lot stronger and helping everybody out.
Will this make an impact on you guys as a town?
Well, yeah, because we had never would have figured anything like this would ever happen because over the years, there's storms come through and around, but none of them had ever dropped in. So this was kind of a real eye-awakener, I guess you might say, that it can happen. Yeah.
I can only imagine, and just seeing that damage, I am so sorry, and I appreciate you sharing this with us, and I'm so thankful that you are okay. I know everyone else is thankful you're okay. Everyone was very concerned because you weren't there when we had other reporters up there. Is the roof, is that down the street? Is that from your house?
Well, I understood it that part of the roof here went on that way, and then there's a house over there that its roof was that way. So
is it just unbelievable seeing?
It is. It really, in a way, it is unbelievable, and in a way, it's not because
the damage throughout Mountainburg, and unfortunately, it's impacting the people here in a very severe way. Like Jay, I'm going to send it on back to you.
Yeah,
guys.
Haley, I just want to ask you a question. Keep him there for just a moment. I want to ask you this. There was a woman that we showed a video of when she rolled up to his house, and she was very upset at the time, and she was concerned if he was home at the time because she couldn't find him. Does he know who that is? And just want to check on to see if everything's okay at that point. But if you want to ask him, there's a woman that came up earlier.
There was no one in the home at the time.
No one was in the house.
No animals, no
animals, no nothing.
Okay, perfect. So everyone made it out of the home safe, according to Jay, thankfully.
All right. Thank you very much, Haley. We'll go and check back in with you, and we'll deal with that question a little later on here. So. All right, thank you. That was Haley Huey live out in the field for us in the Mountainburg area.
And that's right. Now we have video of the tornado going over the area right there. You can see it. This video was sent in from Josh Coleman. It was on I-49 when the funnel cloud went right over him. You can see it slowly move in. And here in a few seconds, you'll be able to see that debris. You can start seeing it right there starting to hit the windshield. You can see the trees moving at a faster rate, just swaying back and forth. In a few seconds, you'll see the car rocking as well. We had to bleep out some language that was said during this is happening, because if you can imagine, just a terrifying moment right there. You see all those cars pulled over to the side as that tornado just passed right over I-49, right at the exit of Mountainburg, and you're going to see the car, there you go, rocking back and forth with more debris and the rain hitting that windshield.
Again, incredible video to see the moment that the tornado is coming by at that time. Again, it has been a radar confirmed as well as visually confirmed, as Dan has been mentioning here. Also, we have Alex Capriello. We talked to him a moment ago. I want to talk to him again, check in at this time. Apparently, we're losing the shot at this time.
Yeah.
Again, it's kind of an area where you don't have the best service.
Oh, it's back.
All right, so we'll go ahead and go to
Yeah,
Alex
it's very
now.
fluid.
And Alex, what can you tell us this time?
Well, Nate, Jen, I've walked a little bit further down the line with Eric, and it's clear to see that the damage has definitely made its way. The storm made its way through this area. You can see some of these small houses, windows completely out, roofs torn apart, trees thrown about everywhere. Right above me is a power line.
And as you can imagine, of
ground.
course, data and service is very limited there, with power lines being down and trees being down. So we'll head back to Alex when we can get full signal on him.
That's right, and a lot of people are using those that technology at this time as well, so I imagine the limits are being pressed at this time. We'll go back to Dan Scoff, of course, right now, our chief meteorologist. He's following the situation very, very closely for us, as well as Melissa Hall in the Weather Center. Appreciate you guys doing all that work today.
Yeah, no problem, Nate, Jennifer. That's what we do. We track these storms. We let you know when we have the threat. And we've been watching this for several days now. We knew this system was intense, and unfortunately it did produce damage and did cause a tornado to touch down. We do have new tornado warnings still going on. This is for northeastern LaFleur County, or should I say southeastern LaFleur County, northwestern Polk County, not included in the tornado warning. So this is not going to be impacting MENA. We can bring up radar 2, or should we bring up radar 1? Should I say. We got that back online just to show you that we had the different tornado warning that was confirmed. This was, again, near the Ozark area, that storm lifting to the northeast. This is actually radar 3. We got multiple sources here in the Weather Center. This is radar 2, radar 1, should we say. Tornado confirmed. There you can see the confirmed tornado. This was earlier when it was close to the Vesta area, and now we see a new report of damage that popped up as well. That's coming out from the local storm reports. Melissa, if you get that report, just go ahead and let me know. It looks like it's south of Mountainburg a little bit from that storm. But there, you notice how you have a tornado warning in southeastern LaFleur County. You have a new tornado warning that was previously issued. See how it's a different color? I'm going to zoom in, let you see that a little bit better as we look at the Fort Smith area. That storm moving to the northeast. Notice northwest Arkansas. I'm just giving you the wide view because there's not a lot of thunderstorm activity around here, not really impacting the northwest Arkansas area. But we do have, again, that tornado warning that's going to go for just a few more minutes now. It's going to go until the confirmed tornado until 6:30. So we're at 6:26 right now. That's going to expire here pretty soon. We'll see if they issue a new tornado warning for Scott County. Let me look at the velocity imagery. So nothing really super impressive there. However, we do have large hail. This is pretty big hail, over 2 inches in size. So this is going to be a little bit of an impact as it's moving to the northeast, moving into southern Scott County. And you can see all the severe thunderstorm warnings lined up along that from Waldron to Boonville to Paris and continuing into Clarksville. Still hearing rumbles of thunder here in northwest Arkansas. That's not from any storms, probably from some distant storms as this energy is beginning to move out. Here's the good news, though. If you're in the northwest Arkansas area, including Washington, Benton County, Nate, Jennifer, everything is gone. It is cleared out. We have nothing to worry about in terms of storm potential around here, so everything's pretty much done. That's good news. These are just some light showers that are coming in, and that's going to be the end of it. They are playing a doubleheader. The Diamond Hawks playing a doubleheader tomorrow with all these storms moving into the area and the threatening weather that we've had, and hopefully people weren't traveling on I-49 northbound as those storms rolled in, but they are playing a doubleheader tomorrow. It will be cooler, so be aware of that as the front moves in. But there's a look at all the storms that are currently east of Washington County, east of Benton County, still continuing in Madison County, however, not severe warned. And this warning is about to drop off here soon at about 2 minutes or so, goes until 6:30, and that is definitely probably not going to continue. New severe thunderstorm warning for that area. If we look at the rotation, we'll see if there's anything in there as far as the rotation is concerned. Gotta love the weather radio. It's handy, it's trusty, it goes off when it lets you know there's a warning that's been issued. Now keep in mind, we've got it for all the counties, so we know whatever's happening within our weather coverage area. But there's that. Now, there's a little bit of circulation popping up just to the south of Cass and near Yale. We'll zoom in on that a little bit. See the red and the green colors that are kind of popping up. Green colors, rain moving towards the radar, red moving away. If we look at it on the rotation indication, I bet you there's going to be a little bit of light blue that shows up right in that vicinity. So there's our circulation that's beginning to develop a little bit more. And this is right at the end of the tornado warning. So sometimes these warnings expire and then they get reissued shortly afterwards. So, but just like we saw this storm can produce a tornado pretty fast. Now, if we have some of those videos, I want to go back to that one video as it was crossing the road and give you kind of the meteorological aspect of it, if we will, and get some of that video loaded up, because you can clearly see. So this is what we call the wall cloud. And bring me up on the wall if you can, so I can kind of point out the individual features. So we're looking off to the south. The tornado is coming from southwest to northeast as it was moving in. Here's the actual wall cloud in association with this, and the funnel, which is not visible, is just to the right of this picture. So we're starting to get inflow where the trees are going into the center of circulation. Now you're seeing debris getting kicked up, so the actual circulation is right on top of them. You're not seeing the funnel in association with this. Notice how the winds race towards the car. That is the inflow of the circulation of the tornado as it passes them. Now it's behind them, and the tornado, as it moves behind them, now the winds are picking up. And then you're going to see all of a sudden the debris getting kicked from west to east as the tornado circulation moves northeast of them. Now you're seeing some debris kicking up. So they were on the